Hello dear students, good morning and welcome back to our online class. So we are dealing with the Shakespeare's play The Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1, line 200 onwards. So in the previous scene we have seen that Portia is making a very famous speech called the Quality of Mercy. In this speech she is actually explaining to Shylock that the quality of mercy is something that is been inbuilt or something that is being given as a blessing from the God itself. And she also says that it is like a power equal that a king gets. Kings always used to hold a scepter like a long stick or a rod something in their hand, and that is actually the symbol of the power of the king. Okay, in Indian context, if you see that our kings used to hold swords, okay, and when they are enthroned on the seat or the throne, they used to hold this sword and they used to hold it in such a manner. Even that posture also itself shows that the dignity or the power that they actually possess. Okay, so Portia compares that quality of mercy is something like that power which been given in the hearts of the human beings by the God itself, and it is considered as an earthly power that then show likest God. Okay, so that power is actually the power for you to decide whether you have to be justice, whether you have to show injustice. Okay, so that power, the quality of mercy, is that if you give mercy to someone, if you show kindness to someone, or if you forgive someone, maybe you are making a life of someone there. Okay, or by giving them a second chance. And if you are not using that power in a proper sense and you are breaking that, then you are breaking the life of a person. Okay, so that is why in the line 200 onwards she says that, but mercy is above this sceptered sway. Mercy is very far above this world that is ruled by the men with scepters. Now when men with scepters is actually metaphorically used, because we people rule the world or rule the country or even dominate on other people because we are so greed and selfish for ourselves. Okay, so when we have this greed and selfish within ourselves, then we hardly think of being human to the other people, or that human nature or that quality is somewhere subtracted from our hearts. Okay, so it is said that it is enthroned in the hearts of the king. Now mercy, but you know that there are some people who easily forgive or easily become very kind and merciful towards other people. It doesn't mean that they are literally weak at heart. Okay, there is a very famous saying, you might have heard, that the person who forgives other doesn't show that weakness of their heart, but it shows the strength and maturity of that particular person. And by forgiving someone or by being human to someone doesn't show that you are weakest at the heart. Okay, so that is why it is said that this quality of mercy is something deep rooted or deep seated inside our heart, which is being given to us by the God. Okay, and earthly power doth then show like as God, and that power which you have, we are giving to the other people when mercy seasons justice. So that is that when it does justice. Now when powers, when human beings have different powers, political people working in different departments have different powers, but that power becomes valid and worthful when it is used for the beneficial of the people, when it is used for the justice of the people, when it is used to be human with the people. Okay, but the very same power, if you are using for the wrong purpose, then for your own greed and for your own benefit, then you are doing injustice to that power which you have in your hand. And this is what is in literal sense. Okay, now how it is applicable in the moral sense or in the moral side of a human being. Okay, the quality of forgiving is actually you possess the quality where you are doing justice not only to the souls of other people or the other souls, but to the soul of yourself, isn't it? Whenever we always become very rude and very hatred, we keep hatred feeling towards some person always, So automatically in course of time, knowingly or unknowingly, we also start developing the traits of behavior within ourselves. Okay, but if we have no hatred towards anyone and we forgive the people and we don't think too much about that and we move on, it's kind of like a peace for your own soul. Okay, so that means you are doing justice to your own soul and to many other souls there. Okay, so therefore the Jew, thou justice be thy plea. So Portia here reminds Shylock. Now many people have tried to change the mind of Shylock by telling very different things to him. Some way trying to convince him, making him aware of what he is going to do, and making him to step back from the big sin which he is going to commit. Okay, by taking the life of a person, etc. But nothing worked out. Now Portia also, from her side, she is making this as the first and last attempt to some way convince Shylock that not to withdraw the bond, but to convince the Shylock that you, as a human being, you should possess the quality of mercy. Okay, so that is why she says that. So therefore, Jew, thou justice be thy plea. So your justice regarding this bond is what is, everything is per legal terms, and it at your request, at your demand, it will be also, plea means what? Request. Okay, at your request, at your demand, this will be completely solved or sorted out. Okay, or it will be, you will be receiving the justice there. Consider this, that in the courts of justice none of us should see salvation. But she gives a kind of thinking or thought-provoking point into the Shylock's mind, and says that, but when you demand for your justice, see that if you were to be judged according to the strict justice of the God, none of us would be saved. Now what is actually Portia trying to say? Actually Portia is trying to say that, Shylock, you have this bond with you, and whatever is written inside this bond is all in your favor. Justice is in your favor and no one can deny the justice. But at the same time, when you go to the God, the ultimate justice, the superior justice which the God is supposed to do, there you are not going to get the salvation, and we are not going to be there with you. Now, since in this court, in this paper, according to the law and the rule, legally we are there with you to give you justice or to get you justice. But when we are not in that court, the court of the God, where you will be questioned for being not showing this quality of mercy to Antonio and not being human, and at that time you will not be getting justice for yourself. So you pray to God, okay, the justice of the God, and at that time we will not be there to save you. Though justice by plea, consider this, that in course of justice, none of us, in course of justice in the God's court, none of us should see salvation. No one of us will be seeing you being salvated or being forgiven. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer that teaches all to render the deeds of mercy. Every day we pray for mercy, isn't it? God have mercy on us. Why? Because every day, knowingly or unknowingly, we will be tend to do something that can hurt the other's feelings or their thinking or their mentality, etc. So that is why we do plead for the our actions actually demand that we have to seek mercy and we have to give mercy also. Okay. So I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea. Actually, I have told all these things to tell you, to make you understand and soften your heart to think about that ultimate justice which you are going to get in the God's court, and which if thou follow, the strict code of Venice must need give sentence against the merchant. And if you follow the justice of this code, okay, if you follow the justice, if you need the justice on this bond, then you are actually going against the ultimate justice of the God by giving this merchant the punishment. Okay, that is, who is the merchant here? Antonio, by giving Antonio the punishment. So Shylock says, my deeds upon my head, I crave the law, the penalty, and forfeit of my my bond. So Shylock says that my deeds upon my head. My deeds means here, deeds refers to action. My actions, I take the responsibility. On head means what? You are taking the responsibility of what you are doing. So he says that I take the responsibility of the actions upon my head, and I crave the law. And I have much craving for the law to be followed. Okay? And the penalty and forfeit of my bond. And I want the penalty allowed by the law, which has become due because of the breach of agreement. Okay, so that is why he is asking. Craving means here refers to asking for the law to the court of the Venice, that to fulfill his bond, that is to make this breach of agreement a successful one. Portia, is he not able to discharge the money? So Portia again says that, don't you think that the merchant, your opponent, is not able to discharge the money to you or give the money back to you? Bassanio, yes, here I tender it for him in the court, yet twice the sum. So when Portia has asked this to Shylock, suddenly Bassanio interferes and he says that, yes, here I tender it for him in the court. Here I have brought that money in the court and ready to give, and that too not the money only which Antonio has borrowed from Shylock, but also twice the amount. Okay, if that will not suffice, I will be bound to pay it 10 times over. Now Bassanio, gets more emotional, and he talks that if even Shylock says that twice of the amount is not enough for him, I am even ready to pay 10 times double of that money. Okay, and on forfeit of my hands, my head, my heart. And he says that on the forfeit means on the promise of my heart. Now when you assure someone to give something, obviously you will be assuring by keeping some promise. Okay, for example, I promise, God promise, mother promise, like that it will go on, isn't it? So here Bassanio is trying to say that I promise on my head, my hand, with my heart, with whatever I have, I promise with everything that I am ready to even give 10 times of the amount if Shylock is not satisfied with a double of the amount. And he also says that malice bears down truth, and I beseech you, rest once the law to your authority. And that malice, who is the malice here? What do you mean by malice? M-A-L-I-C-E. Malice literally means dirt. Okay, but here malice at heart means your heart is having with all the ill intentions or bad intentions. Okay, so a person who is having bad intentions or ill intentions, we call them at malice at heart. So it says that if this will, that malice bears down the truth, and I beseech you. Now who is that malice here charged? That malice means here it is referred to the Shylock. That dirty heart or the bad heart of the Shylock actually bears down this truth. He knows that I am ready to pay even 10 times. And I request you, rest once the law to your authority. Twist in this all one location. Rest means what? To do something. So he says this to Portia. Okay. So he says that I request you to do something, that you will be taking a wise guidance or decision to the authority. To do a great right, do a little wrong. To do a big right, sometimes it is acceptable to do a little wrong. So actually he is trying to please the lawyer, that is Portia, not knowing that it is actually Portia. Bassanio doesn't know that this is Portia, and the clerk is Nerissa. Okay, so he thinks that this is a lawyer, a young lawyer who has come, and he actually tried to bribe the lawyer by saying that for doing something big right, you can do little bit small wrong. Okay, often people say that बड़े बड़े सच के लिए छोटे छोटे झूठ बोलना, अगर आपका झूठ किसी की जान बचा सकती है, या आपकी झूठ एक छोटी सी झूठ की वजह से किसी को कोई अच्छा काम हो सकता है, या किसी का कोई बहुत फ़ायदा हो सकता है, तो वो झूठ या मायना नहीं रखता. ओके, बट वो किसी के अच्छाई के लिए होना चाहिए, बुराई के लिए नहीं. सो इन दैट केस, फॉर डूइंग समथिंग बिग राइट, द स्मॉल wrongs are taken into consideration. But and curb this cruel devil of his will. And curb means stop, restrain. Okay, stop this cruel. Who is this cruel here? Shylock, the devil of his will, means from demanding the fulfillment of his desire to fulfill this particular bond. So these are the words of Bassanio to Portia, that is the lawyer, the young lawyer, unknowingly that is his own wife Portia. Okay, I hope that you understood this much. We will continue in the next video. Today we have done till line 225. Take your textbook when you watch this video, read the lines, and if you have any doubts, WhatsApp me. So thank you. Have a very wonderful weekend.